By now, it's a bit of a running joke, isn't it? That when you set your New Year resolutions, almost within a week, your New Year resolution ends up getting broken. For example, you wanted a new exercise regime and you aim to get to this weight at the end of the year, or maybe the end of the quarter. And then you set all these ambitious goals, you started buying a gym membership, and within a week, you realize that, well, it stopped. Why? Why does this happen? Even though we work so hard at our dreams and our goals, why don't we seem to get closer to it? Well, here's a reason why. It is because our goals are the end point. But in between is this black hole that we aren't really sure about how to get through. And so we end up bouncing around, going all around the place, but we don't know how to navigate this black hole. Today I wanted to share with you 4 simple methods to think about your goals and getting closer to them. Well, the first one is setting goals in terms of lead and lag measures. This concept of lead and lag measures was introduced by Cal Newport in his book Deep Work. And in his book Deep Work, he talks about lead measures as the leading measures that you count or measure to indicate progress towards your goal, whilst the lag measures are the outcomes that determine that you have reached your goal. So let's take this with the fitness example. Let's say you had a goal that at the end of 3 months you would cut down your weight by 5 kilograms. That would be the lag measure. The lag measure is the eventual outcome. The lead measure, on the other hand, might be something like exercising 30 minutes each day. That is the action that will lead to your outcome, to your eventual outcome of losing 5 kg. So when you start having lead and lag measures in forming your goals, that's when you start thinking more holistically about your goal rather than thinking just about the outcome without thinking about the black hole that's in between. The second method is to make a habit of celebrating progress towards your goal. Each day, celebrate progress rather than perfection. How can you do this? Well, the first way to do this is to make a habit that at the end of the day, write down 2 things that you are proud of and 1 thing you can improve. This helps you to keep your eyes on the progress that you have made rather than the perfection. And also keeps you thinking about the improvements you can make over the course of each day. As you do this daily habit, you'll realize that slowly you are walking towards your goals rather than staying far, far away. You start realizing the progress that you are making rather than the flaws that you are losing on your way along to the goal. Then the third method. When you initially have a goal, you are very motivated, you're pumped up and you think like, I'm gonna get there. But then over time, the reality of getting to the goal sets in. And you start realizing that it takes a lot more effort than you realize. So that's when you stop depending on motivation, but you start depending on commitment. Stop depending on motivation, but depend on commitment. Professor Steve Peters, the famous sports psychologist who led teams like British Cycling and Liverpool Football Club to great, phenomenal successes, always says this: he doesn't do motivational talks. To him, motivation is not important. It is commitment that matters. Each and every day, for example, if you want to lose weight, then it is about the commitment to just lace up your shoes and then to start exercising. It is not about your motivation. Very often we think that it is motivation that we need before the workout, without realizing that actually motivation starts after the workout. So today, don't wait for motivation. Look at commitment. So ask yourself today, what is the commitment that you will make to reach your goal? And what is the obstacle in the way of that commitment? For example, if it was something like your tiredness in the morning before you work out, then make sure that you have everything laid out. You just put on your shoes and you get out to work out. Well, the fourth principle to get you closer to your goal is to simply celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Very often when we think about the goals, it is tempting to think that we are lacking something, and that's why we need to reach this goal. Bringing back the fitness example. It might be because today I feel fat and that's why I want to be fitter. But reaching your goals starts with a place of self-acceptance where you validate yourself for who you are at this moment rather than waiting for the moment when you reach that goal before you finally accept yourself. One simple way to do this is to write a love letter to yourself. Celebrate yourself for who you are, the qualities you have, and how you have shown them in the past. As you do this, you will start to see that you have inherent qualities and that you can accept yourself for who you are. And as you work towards your goals, you start from a good place, not from a place of lack or a place of fear, but a place of love, where you are fully accepting of yourself, where you love yourself, and that's why you decide to work towards these goals. Work from a place of self-acceptance and not from a place of lack. I want to share a story before I end about the power not of goal setting, but of commitment to the goal. In September 2019, after coming back from the UK, I gained 8 kg in a single month. And after that, for 6 months, despite getting a gym membership, getting a coach, and exercising 5 times a week, I was still unable to shake off those 8 kilograms. And I just wondered, what was wrong with me? But when circuit breaker or lockdown started in Singapore, that's when I worked out every single day. And the weight kept peeling off over and over again. Whether or not I liked it, I put on my running shoes and started doing some exercise. It didn't matter what I felt, whether I had motivation. It just mattered that I put on my running shoes each and every day. And that's why today I say these 4 simple principles will help you to move closer towards your goals. It's important to start with celebrating progress, not perfection. About relying on commitment, not motivation. About having lead and lag measures. And most importantly, starting from a place of self-love. And with that, I believe that you are one step closer to your goals. So what are you waiting for? Stop this video now and get working.